What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction. In this one, we have Operation Buckthorn, UK Special Forces Retake Hijacked Cargo Ship, December 2018. Before we dive in, if you guys happen to enjoy, please don't forget to smash subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. Also, if you'd like to support the channel by becoming a member, all you gotta do is hit the join button to receive your exclusive benefits. Let's get to it.
Final bearing 337. 26 knots down angle. 106 interval is a rhino at 5.
Live it forevermore.
Good. 07 on flat path on course 1 mile. Good. 07 on flat path on course.
In December 2018, an event took place just off the coast of Britain that, surprisingly, went largely under the radar. It all started on the 10th of December 2018 when the Italian cargo ship Grande Tima departed the Nigerian port of Lagos for the British port of Tilbury in East London.
Okay.
For the ship's 27-man crew, the voyage was like most others until it began navigating its way into the Thames estuary off the coast of Margate on the 21st of December. At approximately 09:15, British authorities received a mayday call from the ship and were notified that 4 men had seized control over the vessel.
4 men?
The 4 men had snuck aboard the ship shortly before its departure from Nigeria, and appearing from the onboard cargo armed with whatever objects they could find, they demanded that the captain steer the Grande Tima towards the British coastline.
Oh.
The captain refused the demand and was able to lock himself and the other 26 members of his crew into a room on board the ship, from where they were able to keep in contact with the British authorities. It was not long before news of the situation reached the Ministry of...
So 4 guys came up on ship, then took the ship hostage. You want, you steer it here or else. But the captain said, it's my ship. Got the 26 hostages to safety, locked them in a room, got the authorities on the phone. Bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Defence, who were authorised to dispatch 4 men of the S.B.S. to the scene from their garrison in Herefordshire. The small group, operating under the call sign of Titan 21, flew to the Dover Coast Guard Operations Centre on board a 658 Squadron Army Air Corps Dolphin helicopter, arriving in the afternoon of the 21st. Here they were briefed on the situation and acted as the forward observers for the UK Special Forces. Simultaneously, the MOD began moving a response group forward to the scene, in the event that military intervention was required. This group began its move forward just after midday, when 4 Royal Navy helicopters took off from RNAS Yeovilton in Somerset. The helicopters flew southeast to Poole, where they embarked 20 men of X Squadron, the Special Boat Service. From Poole, the task force then moved to Manston in the southeast of England, from where they established a forward operating base in anticipation for the green light to go in. Until that was authorised, however, negotiations continued with the hijackers, who navigated the Grande Tima around in circles throughout the afternoon and into the evening.
Dang, look at that. In circles for real. Like, how much fuel did they have on board? Where they able to travel in circles like that and still get to where they needed to go.
Eventually, after 12 hours, the situation reached a critical point, and Prime Minister Theresa May gave the green light for a military operation, codenamed Operation Buckthorn. Equipped with their rifles and night vision goggles, the 20 men from X Squadron began boarding their awaiting Royal Navy helicopters at approximately 22:30. The helicopter force operated under the call sign of Renegade and consisted of 2 Wildcat and 2 Merlin helicopters. The Wildcats came from 815 Naval Air Squadron and operated under the call signs of Renegade 1 and 2. Their role was to escort the Merlins throughout the duration of Buckthorn.
Okay.
The Merlin helicopters, meanwhile, were from 845 Naval Air Squadron and were designated Renegade 3 and 4. It was the job of the Merlin.
So the plan was ready. We're gonna get the assault force on board. We're gonna figure out how to get the hostages up out of there, and we're gonna get the ship back. And them Nigerians that snuck on board them 4 men, you should have known. Don't do it. Don't
to
do
lift the
it.
special boat service operators
You know they
to
got the
and from the
SAS,
objective.
the S.B.S.
The force took off from Manston at 22:45 on the 21st of December and began flying across the Thames estuary from where they could see the Gland Teamer on the horizon. Flying into the target area, the Wildcats detached from the main body and began circling the cargo ship. Meanwhile, Renegades 3 and 4 made their final approach to the target before hovering above the vessel's main section. The exact timings of this phase of the operation are unclear, but as we can see from this image capture, Renegade 3 was above the Gland Teamer at 11:26 PM.
Okay.
With the pilots keeping the aircraft steady, the 20 S.B.S operators fast roped down from the Merlins and onto the decks of the ship. Forming up into their respective teams, the S.B.S began sweeping through the Gland Teamer before reaching the bridge of the ship. Forcing their way into the cabin, the operators found the hijackers,
Got 'em.
who immediately surrendered upon seeing the British troops,
Of course they did.
thus bringing a successful end to Operation Buckthorn, just 5 minutes after it had started.
Yeah, them hijackers knew better. They knew once I feel like once that captain and crew got to the free safety, they had to know who they was calling, they had to know who was coming, and they had to know it was over.
With the cargo ship under control, arrangements were made for it to continue the final leg of its journey to Tilbury, where it finally moored up in the early morning hours of the 22nd of December. Having accomplished their mission, the 20 operators from X Squadron re-embarked onto their Merlin helicopters and were flown back to their garrison near Poole, as silently and swiftly as they had arrived on the scene.
Four men are still on trial. Their intentions for seizing the vessel are currently unknown. We know what their intentions was. I absolutely love that video. Oh, was that it? Make sure. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it teaches all hijackers in the future. They sending a message. Don't try it. Don't try. You know, in the UK, they got the SAS, they got the S.B.S, they got some of the most elite forces in the world. And that once you didn't get the captain and the crew, it was over for you. And you knew that. That's why you surrendered so easily when they came up on board. But y'all talk to me in the comment section. Please tell me what you thought of the video. You guys like me, you knew that once they couldn't get to the captain or crew, you figured it's over for them. That's all we got. If you guys enjoyed, please don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, check out the next one. I will see y'all next time.